The assault kit in Battlefield 1 is very important because it is by far the most effective kit at fighting vehicles, and this kit is geared towards close quarters combat and obviously fighting vehicles. For this kit, the primary weapons are all shotguns and submachine guns, which are all geared towards close quarters fighting. I like all of the MP18 variants and the Hellregal SMGs. And then for shotguns, I like the Model 10A Hunter and then the M97 Trench Hunter. I don't really like the Automatico because it shoots very fast and isn't really effective at any sort of like medium range. And in the range that it is effective, I would rather just have one of the two shotguns. I also don't like the 12 gauge automatic shotgun. I could just never really get a good feel for it, so I don't enjoy using it. This kit has 4 gadgets, all of which are centered around fighting vehicles. It has the dynamite, which functions like C4 from previous games, but it doesn't stick to vehicles. You just throw it and then detonate it. You get the anti-tank grenades, which is just a grenade you throw at the tank to detonate on impact. This one does a lot of damage, and it is my favorite tool to fight tanks with. You get the anti-tank mine, which is pretty self-explanatory. You plant it and tanks drive over it. It's very good, and it will persist through death even if you change it off your kit. So you can plant them and then take it off your kit, or even change kits entirely, and the mines will stay there until they're either destroyed or like something activates them. And then finally, the AT rocket gun does medium to like light damage. Usually does like between like 15 and 20 damage to tanks, depending on the tank obviously, and it has to be bipoded to shoot, which can be awkward at times, but in general it's pretty good to have this on your kit. My two favorites is generally the anti-tank grenade and AT rocket gun. For the grenades for this kit, I like to use either frags, gas, or smoke. Gas is very good because since these weapons are geared for close quarters combat, they have very good hipfire. You can put the gas mask on if you're on a flag, and like other people who are playing support or medic won't have weapons that are as good when they have to hipfire, so you have a distinct advantage there. And then the frag's pretty obvious, you just throw it and it blows up. And then the smoke can be very good for fighting tanks if you just need to close the gap between you and the tank. The smoke put up, and then it might like save you for a bit. And then also if you're out in a field fighting a tank, like you're very exposed, and then the smoke can also help you with that, which should like protect you from infantry that might try to help their tank by killing you. For shooting the MP18 or the Hellregal at like a medium to longer range, you want to burst it, but many people think this is just constantly tapping the trigger, but what you want to do is shoot like 2 to 3 bullets and then have a distinct pause in between your next burst. Not a long one, like less than a second, but this pause allows for the spread and recoil to reset. If you don't do this pause, if you're just constantly tapping the trigger, like the spread won't reset and you'll get like very inaccurate shots at range. So these short, accurate bursts are actually more effective at killing people at range. The AT rocket gun is good at fighting vehicles, but it can also be very effective at causing environmental damage, like destroying buildings and such, especially if people are camping on the roofs of buildings, like on Suez or Sinai Desert. If you shoot like the floor underneath them, so it would be like the ceiling of the second floor, when they're on the roof, it'll completely destroy the roof that they're on and kill them, and it's very easy to get kills this way. I might have some clips in the background gameplay of me doing this, and that's just like a neat little trick I found that's really just free easy kills when people are being annoying on the roofs. Mines are very good. I like to use them especially at the start of games, and then I usually take them off once I see they're destroyed. Like I'll constantly be swapping back and forth between that and the anti-tank grenade. But what you want to do is plant it in an area where you know a tank has to travel to be helpful to their team. So an example of this would be for Conquest on Monte Grappa, the sea flag in that little tunnel. If you plant mines under there, not only is it dark, but the tank has to go in there to be effective to its team. So it's usually free kills. I get a lot of kills this way on tanks, and I think it's very helpful to my team. Another example would be Ballroom Blitz. You can shut the gates into the sea area and then just leave one open, and then that's like the one the tank will have to use. I usually leave the easiest one from their spawn open and then put mines on it. Or you could just plant them in the sea courtyard in general. It's easy kills. Like if you have several people in your squad doing this, you'll really have the tanks worrying about the mines a lot more. And that's another thing about the mines is like I don't really see them as much in this game, so I feel like tank drivers aren't as like used to looking for them on Xbox at least. I can't speak for any other platforms because I don't play on those. Teamwork is the #1 aspect to killing tanks in this game. I think they're very strong in this, so you want to have as many people pushing it at one time as you can. If you get your entire squad to all like sneak up on a tank with the grenades and y'all are spread out well, you're going to kill that tank very easily. Another helpful way to kill tanks is if you see a friendly tank engaging it, go in there, shoot a rocket if you can, throw your grenades on it. That any damage you can get onto that tank will give your tank an advantage in that fight, and hopefully it'll come out on top. Also, shooting down enemy planes frees up your planes to focus on other things such as tanks or infantry. So you want to shoot down planes as often as you can. It's a general rule for every class, just shoot down the planes and it makes your life easier. I forgot to mention secondaries, but for this kit my favorite secondaries are either the 1911, it's very versatile and useful, and also the Howdah pistol. That one's also pretty good. So I think that's going to be all for this video. Please like if you enjoyed it, comment down below if you think there's anything I forgot, and subscribe for more Battlefield videos.